Hi, this is Terry Cole with another edition of Three Things. Rosie and I are on the street, and today I want to talk to you about three closely related topics that are often confused: trust, confidentiality, and secrets. I have talked about trust before, so I'm just going to mention that trust is a characteristic of a relationship. It's highly desirable. It can be given, it can be squandered, it can be rebuilt, and elements that help a relationship have a lot of trust in it include reliability, transparency, consistency, empathy. So I'm going to stop there. If you want to know more, you can watch the Three Things video on trust. The second topic I want to talk about is confidentiality. This is an agreement. The agreement can be written as in an NDA, or it can be implied as in professional conduct of a therapist or social worker, or it can even be in law as in HIPAA federal law. But it's an agreement to keep certain information, but not all information, private from disclosure to some other people, but not necessarily all. And it is typically time limited. An NDA usually lasts a year or until a certain information is expected to no longer need to be confidential. But confidentiality agreements also typically have other ways they can be broken, such as the controlling party disclosing the information publicly or disclosing it to other parties. So it's an agreement, and you have to pay attention to the fine print of the agreement, whether it's written or implied or legal. Confidentiality is something that we offer our clients, but it is not in a written or legal form. It is simply that we don't share their information outside of our staff. When they say, I want to tell you something in confidence, we explain, well, we will not share that information unless we have to. But you could say things that I have to disclose. You could take actions in the future that make me have to disclose it, or other entities could force us to disclose it. So just bear that in mind, that confidentiality is not absolute, it's limited, it's specific information, and there are ways to break it, whether we're comfortable with that or not. Finally, let's move on to the topic of secrecy. Secrets could mean a lot of things, but I'm going to define them as a form of power or manipulation. Someone has a secret and someone else becomes aware of that secret. One or the other of those parties is now in a position to potentially have influence over the other, to use that secret as power. Unfortunately, secrets are the basis of a lot of abuse, of a lot of trafficking, of quite a few attempts to influence people through, blackmail or coercion. And so when someone says, I have a secret, I'm going to tell you, but you can't tell anyone else, I encourage my staff to stop the person and say, we don't keep secrets. I'd rather you didn't tell me. What we do is we keep confidence. We won't share your information outside our team unless we're forced to or have to. But by doing that, you stop the power dynamic of the secret. There is another situation where secrets, I give you two examples where secrets are really negative. If I do something for a client that I'm not supposed to, I may tell them, you need to keep this on the down low. Well, that is the wrong approach. That's creating a secret. Instead, it would be better to create trust and say, I'm not supposed to do this. I might even get in trouble for it, and I certainly won't be able to do it again. That establishes trust, but not a secret. Another form of secrecy where I've seen it rear its head in a really bad way in ministry is when one employee is, for some reason or another, breaking rules, and another staff member or team member sees it, volunteer sees it, and the rule breaker says, you need to keep this a secret, I'll get in trouble. I encourage my team to never say that, and anytime they hear someone say, I need you to keep that a secret, to actually report it, confront the person, and then confront it to their supervisor or manager, because it's the beginning of a really bad situation. So those are three things. I have tried over and over again to get this under 3 minutes and failed each time, but I'm going to leave it at this. Trust is a characteristic we want. Confidentiality is an agreement that we have, but it's limited. And secrecy is a form of power, and we typically want to avoid it in a trust-based, relationship-oriented ministry. Thanks much. Bye.